Well, the insanity of the left continues. We have a couple of stories up on Infowars.com right now. And the left is just losing their minds. The story headline is Open Borders Ralliers Raise Holocaust Imagery to Vilify Trump Administration. And this one's ripped from Breitbart. One of the people at the rally said, "This is some Nazi shit." That's what they had to say about President Trump. Now, I can tell you as a Jew, I find comparing President Trump to Hitler absolutely despicable. I've seen people compare the detention centers on the border to concentration camps. And we know that in concentration camps, millions of Jews were killed, put into ovens, put into gas chambers. And on the border, what we're seeing in these detention centers, the photos of which are never really shown in the media, they show you the initial holding center. They don't show you where the kids are actually transported to after a short period. They never show you that the kids have beds, they have PlayStations, they have cooked meals. But the left wants to tell you that this is a Nazi concentration camp. So, absolute insanity out of the left right now. The story continues. Open Borders protesters in Washington, D.C. laid the defamatory slurs on thick in protest signs attacking President Trump, his administration, and Republicans as racists on the basis of separating minors from adults who illegally cross the U.S. southern border. And there we have it, the sign. It's a cartoon picture of President Trump drawn as a Nazi with the Hitler mustache, and the words, "History has its eyes on you." Yes, how dare you, President Trump, enforce borders? What a Nazi crime you've committed to enforce a border. Now, speaking of the Nazis, we all know that, they wouldn't let the Jews leave. Kind of the opposite of not letting illegal immigrants not just come into your country without, going through the port of entry and presenting proper paperwork. A little bit different than Nazis, gassing millions of Jews and millions of gypsies. But this is the left right now. So there's another sign here. This is some Nazi shit, yes. One man held a concentration camps are bad sign. Yeah, I agree. Concentration camps are bad. And what's also bad is you comparing a detention center with PlayStations where kids can play soccer and they're getting education, they're getting fed. Comparing that to a concentration camp, also pretty bad. Also pretty bad. So on Infowars.com, we have another story for you where the deep state media is calling for President Trump's head. And they've been doing this for a while now, literally going on TV. People like one of these deep state creatures, Phil Mudd, going on TV and saying things like, "We've got ways to take out the president." And honestly, it's disgusting. These people really would shoot the president if they thought they could get away with it. We've seen the deep state before, obviously, JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King. We've seen a lot of patsies go down for assassinations that were done by these people now openly going on TV and threatening the president. So we have, here's Phil Mudd. Here's a picture of this guy for you. And I personally interviewed Ron Paul on the issue of the deep state. And he said maybe it's time to prosecute some of these so-called prosecutors, people like Robert Mueller, and see what they're actually up to. So for Infowars.com, I'm Andrew Meyer.